So we're back on the build, new week, few things to sort. We've got the door to do, get this looking nice and fresh so the whole side is complete. We've got the inside of the door to do as well, and it's just riddled with wax oil, so that's going to be a pain in the arse. And we've got the bumper to do, which doesn't fit now, so we've got to modify that to make it work. It doesn't go behind here, and there's quite a gap there, but we've got, oh, by the way, this video isn't sponsored by Monster. I am just thirsty as fuck. Anyway, we're going to get these brackets cut down. Going to take about probably about 5 to 7 mil off them. And then trial fit it again, see if it works. And if it does fit, we're going to modify this section here. So lots to do, we best crack on. So we're nearly there. Took about 5 mil off before and I forgot to record. But we'll put this, take another 5 mil off, and that should fit then. This is where we're at. Well pulling, we've got quite a bit of a gap there, but I feel like we'll get a little bit more, but we're going to have to sacrifice them lugs at the back. Oh, it is what it is. It's getting cut off. A little bit more work than anticipated. That's as far as I can cut it. Practically on the bumper now, and probably need to shorten that back a little bit more at the back, but that's the gap. We need to close that gap. I think we're gonna have to fiberglass it, but these things happen. We've got to get it done and make it work. Right, so we're getting the bumper in place. I think I've cut a little bit too much off. What I was concentrating on was trying to close this gap, but that wasn't the case. It was just pushing in and it was too far in for the flare. It didn't look right, so we pulled it out a little bit and now it is sitting nice. But we have got a little bit of a bigger gap. Me thinking like 1,000 things running through my head, like it's gonna snap. There's a higher risk of it snapping on the edge. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna plastic weld these little bits of wire on here, and then that will give us some support for the fiberglass. Well, hopefully this works. So we'll get some in and then take it from there. Got all the little rods welded in, absolutely rock hard. It's going to give a lot of structure for the fiberglass, especially being on the edge. This is the plastic welding gun, £25 off Amazon. What a steal. But yes, there's nothing wrong with going overkill with this, especially with it being on the edge. So let's get it on the car and get some fiberglass on. Getting the fiberglass on the front. This isn't really where the support's going to be. It's going to be at the back, but we'll get this sanded back, we'll get the bumper off, and then we'll start getting some structure on the back. Getting the bumper off, come off with no problems at all. We use this foil tape on the body, just so none of the resin's stuck, and it done a great job at stopping that. £4 from a screw, was it screw? No, it was Tool Station. £4 from Tool Station. Can't get wrong, can you? So what we'll do is we're going to trim this excess stuff off here and then start reinforcing the back. Getting the fiberglass work done last night, a little bit sanded back to see where we're at. It is starting to take shape. It is thick, but it is going to last. It's built to last. We've even got rods every inch in the bumper, in the fiberglass. It is rock solid, even though it's floating, and it's not touching anything. It's just best to just go over the top to make sure nothing gets damaged in the future. So we're going to get it on the bumper, we're going to shape this line up properly, and then we're going to use some fibre filler to do another coat up here. Then we'll go over with a dolphin glaze and flatten that back, and that should be it done. There, a little bit more to do. Got a tiny little bit more to trim off here, and a little bit to fill in there, and then we can get it flattened back, get the dolphin glaze on, plastic primer, high build primer, then into epoxy. That is one side nearly done. Still got to trim a little bit off here just to suit the new quarter, but it is 99.9% finished. It is looking absolutely mint. Nice little detail on the side, and keeping the original bumper, so we're making everything work, and it's come out a treat. We still need to weld up the bracket that's in there properly. As you can see, the bumper does originally have a 9mm gap, so we've kept that gap all the way through. So we'll put this new gap in here when we come to do the other side, so we know we've got a straight line all the way through. So next week we're gonna jump on the back, get in the plastic primer, get in the epoxy, get it looking fresh, get all this filler work done on the fiberglass here and get the back side of that looking good, and then we're going to jump on the front, get some plastic primer on, get some high build on, flatten that back, and then get it in the epoxy as well. And that is the bumper nearly done. Just got to do the other side, but we can't do that until we get that new quarter in. So on that note, we'll see you all next week. you.